Abraham Lincoln, from a small cabin to the White House. Learn English through history. Welcome back to English Through History. Today we travel back more than 200 years to discover the incredible life of a man who was born in poverty but changed the history of a nation forever. Imagine a young boy sitting beside a small candle in a wooden cabin. Outside, the cold wind blows through the trees. Inside, the boy is reading an old borrowed book. He reads slowly and carefully because books are rare and precious. That boy has very little money, very little education, and very few opportunities, but he has something powerful. He has determination. His name is Abraham Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln was born on February 12, 1809, in Kentucky, United States. His family lived in a small log cabin made from wood. Life was difficult. The family worked hard every day just to survive. As a young boy, Abraham helped his father on the farm. He carried water, cut wood, and took care of animals. There was little time for school and almost no money for books, but Abraham loved learning. Whenever he found a book, he read it again and again. Sometimes he walked many miles just to borrow a single book from a neighbor. His favorite subjects were history, mathematics, and law. When Abraham was only 9 years old, tragedy struck the family. His mother, Nancy Lincoln, became very sick and passed away. Abraham was heartbroken. Years later, his father married Sarah Bush Johnston. She encouraged Abraham to continue learning and supported his love for books. Abraham later said that his stepmother changed his life. As he grew older, Abraham became known for his honesty and kindness. People trusted him because he always tried to do the right thing. Eventually, he decided to become a lawyer. He had no money for university, so he taught himself by reading books late into the night. After years of hard work, Abraham became one of the most respected lawyers in Illinois. But his journey was only beginning. America was facing a serious problem. The country was divided over slavery. Many people believed slavery should continue, while others believed every person deserved freedom. Abraham Lincoln strongly believed that slavery was wrong. He believed that all people should be treated with dignity and respect. Because of his ideas and leadership, Abraham Lincoln became increasingly popular across the country. In 1860, he was elected President of the United States. A poor boy from a wooden cabin had become the leader of one of the most powerful nations in the world. However, becoming president was not easy. Soon after his election, several states left the Union, and the American Civil War began. The war lasted for 4 long years. Families were divided, cities were destroyed. Hundreds of thousands of people lost their lives. Lincoln carried the heavy responsibility of leading the nation through its darkest period. Despite the pressure and sadness, he never gave up. In 1863, Abraham Lincoln issued the Emancipation Proclamation, declaring freedom for millions of enslaved people. This decision changed American history forever. Later that same year, he delivered one of the most famous speeches in history, the Gettysburg Address. Although the speech lasted only 2 minutes, its message inspired generations. Lincoln spoke about freedom, equality, and democracy. His words are still remembered around the world today. Finally, in 1865, the Civil War came to an end. The Union was saved. Slavery would soon be abolished forever. But only a few days later, tragedy struck once again. On April 14th, 1865, Abraham Lincoln was shot while attending a play in Washington, D.C. The next morning, He passed away at the age of 56. The entire nation mourned the loss of its leader. Yet his legacy never disappeared. More than 160 years later, people still remember Abraham Lincoln as one of the greatest leaders in history. His story teaches us that your beginnings do not decide your future. You may start with very little, but with education, determination, and hard work, extraordinary things are possible. Abraham Lincoln showed the world that knowledge is power, honesty matters, and perseverance can change history. Thank you for joining us on this journey through history. If you enjoyed learning English through this story, please subscribe to English Through History for more historical adventures. Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and keep believing in yourself.